I wanted to acknowledge the devastating loss of a dear friend and member of the Marvel Studios family. Chadwick Boseman was an immensely talented actor and an inspirational individual who affected all of our lives professionally and personally. His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
So, Disney might be out here floating the idea of a white Black Panther. Let that marinate for a second. The same company that told us, out of respect for Chadwick Boseman, we won't recast T'Challa, is now apparently open to what? Slapping the suit on a white boy and calling it a multiverse experiment? Oh, now it's a creative decision. Nah, man, it's capitalism dressed in cosplay. Here's what's really happening. Black Panther was too big. It wasn't supposed to hit like that. It wasn't supposed to generate a global movement centered around African royalty, black excellence, and cultural pride. Nah, they greenlit that movie expecting it to check a diversity box. But it turned into a phenomenon. And Hollywood hates what it can't control. You give black people one self contained, powerful, mythological epic rooted in our heritage, and suddenly it's a liability. The merchandising isn't universal enough. The sequel didn't make as much money. The lead passed, and now they're scrambling to fold it back into the mainstream, which is code for make it less black, more palatable. And listen, I'm not some conspiracy theorist in a dashiki yelling in front of Whole Foods. I'm just saying what's always been true. When black art works too well, they find a way to remix it, dilute it, or license it out to the highest bidder. And let's talk about T'Challa. That character didn't need a replacement. He needed a rebirth. Black audiences begged for a respectful recast. We pleaded for the legacy to continue, for our kids, for the culture. But Disney said no, claimed it was too soon, then turned around and entertained this nonsense? So let me ask, what changed? The grief didn't disappear. Chadwick's legacy didn't suddenly become less sacred. Nah, the only thing that changed was the boardroom math. They needed a new angle, and they looked at all those Spider-Men, those Doctor Stranges, those parallel timelines and said, oh wait, we could just whitewash it and blame the multiverse. And if you think I'm exaggerating, let's zoom out. They gave us Anthony Mackie as the new Captain America. And he's fine. But it's hard to take a brother seriously holding that shield when you know the system behind it would rather shoot him than salute him. That's not a knock on Mackie. It's the reality of the costume he's been handed. There's no legacy there. Just a hollow symbol trying to look progressive while standing on the same old foundation. Meanwhile, Black Panther meant something. Wakanda was the closest thing we had to a dream, free of colonizers, rich in history, untouched. And y'all really think we're gonna let that be reimagined through the lens of some whitewashed timeline? Nah, you don't get to inherit a crown you never bled for. You don't get to remix a revolution and call it representation. If you listen in Disney, this ain't outrage culture. This is legacy culture. Respect it or leave it alone.